Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, finally, December 30th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY and CONY. All right, so what you see on the screen is a screen print of the intraday trades for TSLY from yesterday, December 29th. And again, if you're trying to understand the intraday trades yourself via what they produce on the website, it's really not that hard. The top two, you'll see a buy call, a sell put, and you look at the 250 strike price, right? That's towards the end of it. You see 250 under the ticker. That represents the synthetic strike price. So okay, buy call sell put, that's adding to the synthetic. So they added 260 additional contracts to the synthetic position, and then right below that, which is typically, it's always in this order, they'll sell a call. They'll use those contracts right away, and they'll sell a weekly call using the strike price, as you can see here, 260, 250, which seems to be their favorite. And then on the bottom below that, you'll see a BC. That means buy to close. So since it's Friday, we had contracts expiring. Typically, you'll only see a BC on a Friday. That means buy to close. So they closed all of the other contracts, and then they did an SS. They did a sell to open. Basically, they're selling a call using those same contracts. And this expires into next week. I believe it's January 5th. Again, the date's under the ticker. You see the date. It's year, month, day, and then you see the transaction, C, and then the next is the strike price. So I'm just trying to help you guys read the intraday charts in case you wanted to do it on your own. And then the execution price, that's how much it costs for each. So sometimes it's they don't have the different signage, whether it costs them money or they got money, but you'll learn in time. Okay, buy call, that costs money, right? Sell call, that makes money. Anyway, let's get to the spreadsheet. Hopefully that helped a little bit. So for the synthetic, they did not roll it. They just added to it. So the 250 remains for TSLY. They added 260 contracts. And if you look, the buy call cost more than the sell put because, let's see. Actually, Tesla price is below the synthetic, 248. So at the time that they did this, Tesla may have been above that. But either way, it's pretty close, so it's not really affecting us. But that debit, expense will be added to the December profits down here below. Okay. Now let's go to calls tab. How did TSLY do yesterday? Well, TSLY went down 1.57%, and Tesla went down 1.86%. Why? Well, if you look, well, first of all I'm going to say is what the hell happened? Tesla was up, doom and gloom, and then, boom, boom, boom. It's like the week, it's like they know something, right? How are they getting this right? It's not directly on the money, but it's like picture perfect timing. Either way, anyway, let's just continue. So let's just look at what happened here. The 34,125 contracts that were in trouble earlier in the week, the 260, 250, Tesla price was above that. So we were about to pay a pretty penny to close it. And then here we are, we closed Friday around 248. Wow. So, obviously there's resistance at a certain price. So what I'm told, so they're not, market makers are not going to let it go above this price. So, obviously, the fund managers know that, so they're playing the game properly, and this is why we pay them. They know what they're doing, right? They're making the right moves. What may look like a mistake in our eyes, in my eyes, is not in their eyes. And sure enough, great play by them. They essentially paid 1 penny, which is almost, the lowest outside of letting it expire. That's the lowest they would pay to close the position. So they paid a penny. So if you look, that was essentially all profit. 8.7 million they made for us in 1 week. That's amazing. Yes, it was scary. Yes, I thought they were too close, but again, they know the resistance, they know all this, that, and other thing, and so let them be. I'll still cry and complain as I see, but as long as they're always right, here I am staying, supporting them. Anyway, let's move on. So they're using the 34,125 contracts and the 260 additional contracts. Finally, they got additional contracts, and they used a 262.50 strike price, and that is now 3 weeks in a row they're using a 262.50. This week it's 5.64% out of the money. And guess what? Monday the market's closed, so 5.64% with 4 trading days. Okay, I can live with that. I think, right? Good. Look what they made, by the way, too. They made another 8 million, right? 8.1 million, like insane. So that's probably it too, by the way, because declaration date is next week, and they don't get much action during the week. So this is probably it. Their income on the top or on the side here, 33.8 million. That's probably the end of it. So I'll officially make my price prediction on another video, but obviously I'll cover the range here. Cash and treasuries, the 12/31 treasury is essentially gone. It's now moved to the 6/13/24 treasury. And cash and treasuries went up 15 million. Why did it go up 15 million? Well, they added, they made 8.1 million there, and then they added some outstanding shares. So good job, TSLY. Now, outstanding shares is at 71,875,000. Again, total income 33.8 million. 100% distribution on short calls, 47 cents. Daily income, 2 cents. Daily yield, 21%, 0.21%. All right, let's go to the other tabs. Let's go to the active tab. What do they look like going into next week? As mentioned, 4 trading days next week. And we have 34,385 contracts with a 262.50 strike. That's 5.64% out of the money. Again, it expires Friday, January 5th. I guess I'm okay with that. IV is now below 50. It's at 49%. So that's okay. Possible gains I'm showing, we can capture 67 cents, which will put us above the $12, mark. My reaction is like, I don't even know, what to think anymore. I'm just like staring into space here, just staring like how they're right. They're right in the end. So they got this one pretty damn good. So again, shout out to the fund manager running TSLY. If it's not Jay, I don't know who it is. But all right, let's go to the payment. So like I said, this is probably it. So the synthetic 240 made 46.9 million. The synthetic 250 cost 12.9 million. However, they killed it on the short call income, 33.8 million. Net income for December, I am showing 67.8 million. Outstanding shares, 71.8 million. That will change though throughout the week. Because again, I think declaration date is Thursday, so we really have 2 trading days to affect this here. So I'm probably going to do a weekend prediction. Maybe Sunday I'll make it. But I'm just going to tell you now, it's going to be in the range of 85 cents to 94 cents. So because 100% payout based on all income is 94 cents and a 90% payout is 85 cents. Both ridiculously high compared to what we've been seeing. So unless there is a debit carry forward from the prior months, this is the minimum. 85 cents is the minimum. That's what I'm showing. I don't know. I didn't track the whole year, so there could be a debit that they need to offset some of this credit against. But, again, I don't know. We'll see. It's going to get interesting. If they pay 85 cents, a lot of people are going to be happy, even though it's kind of going to destroy the NAV a little. But we'll build it back up in time. Some people need the money. Christmas bonus, right? All right. That's all I got for TSLY. Let's go to CONY. And here we are. So again, to read the intraday trades from the website directly, just if you look at the top, you see a BSS, right? And then you see the 165, buy, call, sell, put. That's going to be the synthetic. So they added 1,250 to the synthetic. And then they used the 1,250 and they sold a call. Okay, great. And then again, you see the BCs because it's a Friday, so they did a buy to close. They closed out positions, and then right below it, they used those positions and sold a new call into next week. One thing you'll notice here, I don't know if you could tell, they did not roll the synthetic. As you remember yesterday's video, I said they will roll the synthetic. Obviously, I was wrong, but I did not know coin would take a dump. You know, since coin went down drastically, it didn't make sense to roll the synthetic, and I'll show you that in a second. So if I go to the synthetic 165, look at the price of coin now, 173, and the strike is 165. Typically when they roll, it, you know, they do them by like $10 increments, I noticed, at least. I mean, they could do 5, they could probably do 170, but that's probably too risky. But, you know, we were the day before, what was that, 185 or something? And so I was like, okay, if it keeps going up, they'll roll it. Since coin dipped, they did not roll it. So, smart move by them. So yeah, I was wrong. I thought they were going to roll it, but again, I didn't know. I should have known though. Last day of the year, everyone kept saying tax harvesting. Everyone's taking a loss for their taxes. But I guess, you know, it is what it is. I guess people do that. A lot of people. 1229 yesterday. 1,250 contracts, as mentioned, added to the synthetic position, but that's still costing them money. 2.6 million call, 1.2 credit on the put. So again, this December profit is a higher debit. All right, so the synthetic position remains. Let's go to the call tab, and here we are, December 29th. Coney went down 3.96%. Coin went down 6.68%. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. But yeah, Coney did not go down as much because they're making money. They're making money selling calls. So how did they end the week? Let's look. They had all these positions, 1229. Sorry, I had to scroll out so you could see. The top one, the 180 strike, they had to pay decent amount, 301. What's coin at? It was at 173, so it was below that. They must have closed that maybe when coin was at a higher price, because for them, you know, if you go here, you can see the BC on the 180, 301 execution price, right? And if you look at the strike, it's probably because the IV is so high too, but it costs 301 to close that. Like, what a ripoff. But anyway, the 301 is greater than the 296. So that position, that contract was actually a debit. That's a loss. We took a loss. We took a loss of 28,000. But compared to previous contracts, that's actually a win in a way. However, let's look at the other 1229s. There's 3 of them. And you look, the 190, we paid 21 cents. Awesome. Perfect. We killed it. All 3 of those are profits. So finally, we're making profits on the weekly calls. Again, somehow, you know, again, well, these fund managers, I'm not going to say they know what's going on with coin because no one does, but they got this one pretty good. Again, except for the 180, which they got kind of raped on that close price. So the new positions, they got a whole bunch of positions here. But I'll go to 1229. They added 1,250 contracts. And then they had 6,000, just so you can see, 6,410 contracts, both with a $200 strike. This does not expire into next week, though. It expires into the following week. So this is for 9 trading days. 15% out of the money for 9 trading days. Are we okay with that? With coin, you never know. But they made good money, man. They made good money. Look at that. 4.9 million, 5.6 million dollars. Damn. So the income at the top is now down to 7 million. So the short call income has decreased. The debit has decreased, which is good. Okay, so cash and treasuries. These again, they closed out the 1231 treasury and they moved it to 613. But overall, cash and treasuries went up 17 million. Again, because they made money on the new calls and they added outstanding shares as they continue to do. 8,825,000 outstanding shares. Income is a debit. So again, we'll add that in the end. I'll show you the last screen. And I won't go into the rest of the details because it's a debit, but let's go to the active tab. This is where we stand going into next week. The three sets of contracts expire next Friday. So these have 4 trading days, the lowest of which is 15% out of the money. So that's pretty good. All 3 of these I think are, these are pretty good. 200 strike, 205 strike, and 210 strike. But the 200 strike expiring January 12th, this looks to be a concern. Because you never know what can happen in 2 weeks. And that's most of the contracts, 7,660 contracts. 30-day IV continues to stay at a high of 87%. Amazing. Potential capital gains for all these calls, 441, which will put us back over 30. Here's my reaction face when I think I know what's going on. This is it, right? This is just the summary of the week. Like, oh my God, like I'm losing it, right? But anyway, Coney is doing good. All right, let's look at the payment. So keep in mind, declaration date is Thursday. So again, they have Tuesday and Wednesday to make additional money, and they'll add shares, and they'll add to their synthetic, and they'll add to their calls. So that is going to affect this number, but I will probably, I'll add this to the true estimate when I make that video. But here's the summary. Synthetic 130 income, we made 10.4 million. Synthetic 140 income, we made 27.4 million. Synthetic 165, because we never got to roll it, that's a debit of 5.2 million. Short call income, also a debit, 7.2 million. However, when all said and done, net income 25.4 million. Outstanding shares as of Friday, the close, or at least the website says 8.8 million. So that is, unfortunately, guys, we're back under $3. Whatever. We can't get too spoiled. I'm showing a low payment of $2.59 per share or a high payment of $2.88 per share. Now, this could go up or down going into next week. It'll probably go down if they're going to add to the synthetic, depending on how much they get for the weekly call. You could tell they wanted to keep the payment good because look what they did. They never really go out 2 weeks, like this far in advance. So the fact that they sold a call 2 weeks out, two contracts 2 weeks out, tells me they want to make sure that they're going to give you a decent payment. I mean, they may be striving for that 3, but I don't see it. I don't see the $3, nor do I want them to pay the $3, right? If they didn't earn it. That's just my opinion. So yeah, the range right now I'm showing 259 to 288. Again, I'll give what I think. I haven't really thought about what, it's going to be in that range. So I mean, it's not going to be any different. I'm not going to give any different number, but I'll give my true final estimate if you guys care about that in another video. So yeah, that's it. That's it for TSLY, and that's it for CONY. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, it's a Saturday version, so it's a lot busier. It's a lot of action, and it's exhausting. I got to get my ass to the gym because, you got to go when you can. So I'm making this in the car before I go there. Hopefully it'll post before I get to the gym. Sometimes these uploads take forever. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this content, please click like. As always, this is not financial advice. You know that, though. Not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. If you had fun, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. Either way, let me know. Write something in the comments how you feel about this. Are you a TSLY holder? What do you think they're going to pay? Are you a Coney holder? What do you think they're going to pay? Anyway, I'll just, again, I'll continue to make these videos as long as I have the time. And as long as you show the love, then obviously it's a match made in heaven, right? I like to do it. You like to watch it. Win-win. Anyway, I got to go. Time to get some type of workout in. All right. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I'll talk to you later.